Hey, welcome back to this mini lecture. This one's on creative thinking and more specifically Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hats. You might want to put your hat on for this one. Who is Dr. Edward de Bono? I say doctor so that he gets some legitimacy from you. He is considered the father of modern creative thinking. If we're creative, I guess that means we're his children. He pioneered numerous practical thinking tools. They are used wide in schools and businesses, so please feel free to use them here and beyond. One of the most famous is the 6 thinking hats. What is a thinking hat? It is a metaphor for a certain way of thinking. Like, just think about the idea of having a hat, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on. It's basically the idea of exchanging hats. By mentally wearing different thinking hats, you can look at problems from different perspectives. As a result, thus, a one-sided way of thinking is excluded and new sites are created by putting on and taking off, putting on and taking off different metaphorical thinking hats. I'll put on my hat for the next slide. Why thinking hats? De Bono knew that arguments are often adversarial or biased. Obviously not myself or any of you, but for other people, those other people. Arguments often lead to an ego-driven approach. What is the goal often in an argument? You just want to win your argument, not really to reach the best solution. So it's trying to get past this ego, this adversarial nature of arguments, this bias that we often have. As opposed to this, De Bono's six thinking hats invite people to explore multiple perspectives of a question or problem, which is really good at any level. He engaged in this idea of parallel thinking. So even when you have a team where they actually have the same goals, and they're not so much argumentative, diverse thinking styles can often hamper the creative process. Sometimes your different thinking styles can intersect or block each other. And again, we'll get to that when we actually explore the hats, when we think about different types of learning styles. As a result, he developed the idea of parallel thinking. So first you use the same thinking style for a period of time, again the metaphorical hats, and then afterwards you rotate through different thinking styles to capture diverse styles, but doing so in parallel to avoid creative conflict. So it's basically, you're not prohibited from thinking in a different way. You just all collectively think in the same way for the same period of time. Then you take off the hat, go to the next one. Sounds great, doesn't it, friends? Here are the 6 thinking hats. I'll just give you the colors. White, green, yellow, black, red, and blue. White. That one is based on information. You only want to consider whatever information is available. What are the actual bare bones, basic facts? Number 2, then you want to get creative. You want to get different statements that are provocative and that help foster investigation. And you really want to hear what an idea is about to help sort of tease it out and get as creative and provocative and investigatory as possible. Be provocative but respectful, of course, friends. Then you put on the yellow hat. That is where you take a positive view. Try to use your collective and individual logic and apply it to identify various opportunities to explore your idea. And you want to look for harmony, positive vibes. Then you put on your black hat, the judgment hat. You use your individual collective logic. You want to apply it to identify any types of mistakes or barriers that you may have thought of or that could happen. You want to look for any mismatches between ideas. Next, number 5, you think about your emotions. These are your intuitive reactions or expressions of feelings, but you don't need to justify them. You just want to express them. Please don't try to censor yourself. Of course, be respectful to your peers. So obviously don't say anything offensive. Finally, 6. This blue hat, it's about thinking about thinking, also known as metacognition. Think about the process that you just engaged in. Think about how all of your different hats and perspectives and learning styles come together. That was De Bono's 6 thinking hats. 1, white, is about information. 2, green is about creativity. 3, yellow is about a positive view. 4, black is for judgment. 5, red is for emotions. 6, blue is for thinking. That was creative thinking with Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hats. Thanks for listening. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. This is Dino. Thanks a lot.